There's no intro on this video because I have no clue how to make the Sea Vixen entertaining. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. This time, I have crippling depression. You know, I originally wasn't going to make a video on this thing, but I saw it in the war bond shop for like 700 war bonds to get a test drive for it, so I figured, why not? I never use my war bonds anyway. The thing with the Sea Vixen is, you can kinda do whatever you want and get away with it, as long as that thing isn't close-in dogfighting, because you're much faster than everything else at your battle rating, and your missiles are good enough that if you launch them within 2 kilometers, they're pretty much guaranteed to hit anybody who doesn't know how to dodge missiles, which is basically everybody at this tier. You might get some edge cases like this Lim 5, where he just has enough energy that he's gonna loop around without even paying attention to the missile, and it's not gonna hit. But you're basically guaranteed at least 3 kills in this thing if you know who to launch at. You know, the Sea Vixen may not be very entertaining, but do you know what is interesting? GE for War Thunder. Now wait, I already see you trying to skip ahead. Believe me, I do it too, but please just hear me out. GE for War Thunder is a mobile app for Android devices where all you have to do is complete simple tasks, like taking surveys, for example. And in doing so, you can earn free Golden Eagles. All you have to do is log in with Google, connect it to your War Thunder account, and bam, you're already starting to earn Golden Eagles. But that's not all. If you use my referral code on screen, you'll be able to earn 10 extra Golden Eagles, plus, for every Golden Eagle you make, I get a 20% commission. So if you want to help both me and yourself out, make sure to download GE for War Thunder today, link in the description. Welcome back everybody who skipped the ad, even though I specifically requested not to. And hello to everybody who did watch it. Also, if you've used JetNoob's creator code, or any other for that matter, I'm pretty sure you can still use mine. I'm not 100% on that though. If you ever see bombers in this thing, they're essentially free kills, as you're most likely going to get to them first with your insane thrust, and they can barely dodge AIM-9Bs, let alone a 15G missile like the Red Top. Now, the Red Top is uncaged, which means you get to lead the missile. This is very important for the Red Top, as it's super heavy. Like, I'm pretty sure it's one of the biggest missiles in the game, outside of maybe the Phoenix missile or like the R-24T. I'm not sure though, someone in the comments can correct me on that. This being said, the booster on this thing does not provide enough thrust, so you're gonna have some pretty limited range. However, the Red Top does have a decent response time if you're going for closer shots. Just make sure you're firing it in rear aspect if you do. The Red Top, while maneuverable enough, can struggle a little bit in the top aspect, as it's not only having to overcome its own inertia, but also the force of gravity. As long as you learn your launch angles though, this thing becomes a pretty deadly hunter-killer that just third parties anything it wants in the game. As long as somebody is distracted, this thing can pick up the kill. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. This thing doesn't have a gun. I would love if it had a gun, as it would let you dogfight stuff like this MiG-15 BIS, or I guess J2, the China version. Plus, the flaps really help you turn in on people, even though I ripped mine. Which, it also adjusts the trim tab on the elevator, which is why you see some of it ripped off. If it had these things, it'd be a really deadly dogfighter, because it pulls hard and has good thrust. However, because it doesn't have this gun, it can struggle in a knife fight. In the Sea Vixen, your main advantage is going to be your speed. Now, this is some rough knowledge from a YouTube video I watched like a year ago, but in real life, the first variant of the Sea Vixen was actually supersonic. However, if I remember correctly, it crashed because of this, so they made some adjustments, whether that be the engine or the airframe, I don't remember, to make it subsonic again. Because of this, however, you're not airframe limited. This means that in a dive, you can break the speed of sound, which is pretty useful from when you need to get away from people. Which is something that's pretty often in the Sea Vixen because, once again, you're not really a dogfighter. You don't have a gun. I say this, though, as if I'm not energy trapping somebody in the footage right now, Like, I could have just extended away from him, but that's not very exciting. I wanted to dogfight this guy, and because he had so much less energy than me, I figured I could build enough separation from the energy trap to still get enough time to get a missile off, which I do. He wasn't spotted for, like, any of that because I have a level 1 crew. Like, I've never touched Great Britain before this video, so my crew's spotting ability is not the greatest. However, because you have so much energy in this thing, with such strong engines, you are able to kind of just mess around a little bit. I dodged the AIM-9B from that F9, F8 Cougar, and I'm also going to proceed to energy trap him if I can. He's pretty low speed on the deck, and I'm sitting at altitude going just as fast as he is. So I'm able to get a radar lock on him here, which the radar on this thing is surprisingly good. And now I'm just waiting until 2 kilometers to launch my red top off. The radar slaving ability of the red top is very useful, letting it aim your reticle wherever your radar is locked onto. This helps in not team killing the G91 that's in a tail chase with him, and he gets close enough that I launch my red top off. It actually barely misses because he pulls in the opposite direction of it, but I just launch another one off again as he's pretty distracted, and then launch my final one at this other Cougar, who also eats this massive missile to the face. Below me is a MiG-15, and he's going pretty slow, but I'm gonna goof around a little bit. I'm going dogfight mode. Now, this isn't a MiG-15 bis. I would not do this with a MiG-15 bis. This is, let's call it the MiG-15 light. He goes vertical, so I'm gonna whip my air brake out and drop my throttle to try and slot in behind him. However, I realize this isn't going to happen, and I throttle all the way back up again, so that I can loop over the top and get behind him again. Now, if you're the MiG-15 in this situation, you would want to stick the dogfight, as building separation is not a good idea when I have decently high probability of kill missiles. He's pretty far away, but I have a little bit of altitude on him, so I'm going to launch the missile off, and it takes a second, but it still gets there and absolutely annihilates him. I see the Super Mystere above me struggling to fight this F4D Skyray. Now, being the team player that I am, I'm going to help him out, because in the Sea Vixen, you want to try and save your teammates as much as possible. If you ever get into a sticky situation where you're in a close-in fight, the only way to get out of it is with your teammates' help. So you want to scratch each other's backs and help each other out. A testament to how easy this aircraft is, it's pretty mundane to get multi-kill scenarios. You have people who bunch up like this, and I'm originally going to go for the F9, F8, because he was presenting an easier target, but then the FJ4 just flies directly in front of me, so I launch a missile off at him. Kill number 1, and then the F9F is just flying straight and I'm faster than him, so I'm going to close the distance a little bit, and then just launch another missile off at him. Kill number 2. This, however, puts me in front of the Swedish Hunter, who fires a pretty ambitious AIM-9B at me, from a pretty long range. I just turn in, and it's never going to hit me, and now I'm entering the rate fight with the J-34, with a T, not a P. Get your mind out of the gutter. However, he's going to break off and fight whoever this is, the LEM 5P, and this is going to leave me to just go on and fight this Saab 105, who can't really do anything against me because I do everything better than him, besides maybe having guns. That's all for this video. Remember to subscribe if you enjoyed it, as much of a long shot as it is, I want to try and get to 5,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Other than that, there's my communities, whether it be Patreon or Discord, which you can find in the description. So you can support me directly, or if you want to be part of a growing community of active War Thunder players, make sure to join that. Other than that, that's all for the video. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.